Next on ABC 7's Good Morning El Paso weekend, an explosion sends 2 women to the hospital and forces a portion of US 54 to shut down for hours. We have the latest. Also, the details on an investigation into the death of an El Paso native whose body was found in his Thailand apartment. And the latest developments in the Deflategate scandal. The Patriots head coach holds an exclusive press conference this morning. And in stormtrack weather, Dan.
Well, I hope you're enjoying the nice conditions we've had. We're tracking more rain in the forecast. I'll show you when, coming up.
It's all the news you need to start your Sunday, January 25th, 2015. ABC 7's Good Morning El Paso weekend starts now.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC 7's Good Morning El Paso weekend.
Good morning and thanks for joining us on this Sunday morning. I'm Josie Ortega and we're going to start your morning with a look at your first forecast with storm tracker Dan Martinez. Dan, it's very chilly outside.
Yeah, it's still another chilly morning here in the borderland. Temperatures have been ranging between the 30s and 20s in some areas, even the teens for the wind chill factors. I'll show you those in a second. Right now, I want to take you out over to Powell Elementary School. A nice view right now from one of our WeatherNet sites. And you see there some of the clouds still in the area. Right now, though, 35 degrees is the actual air temperature, but it feels like 28 degrees because of that wind. Those north winds right now at 9 miles per hour, humidity at 70% in El Paso. For Las Cruces, a whole different weather picture there with clear skies right now, 29 degrees with those north winds at 8 miles per hour and 62% humidity. Look at our current temperatures across the rest of the area. 28 for Alamogordo, 30 for Tier C, and 32 for Silver City, Deming at 28. Clouds and radar shows that low pressure system over to the southwest of us, which is going to be influencing our weather pattern for today, tomorrow, and for Tuesday as well. Then we'll start tracking another system. In the meantime, today looks to be a nice one with temperatures in the 50s by about noon. Josie?
Okay, thank you, Dan. A chaotic scene unfolded near McGregor Range yesterday. An explosion occurred, injuring 2 women and forcing police to shut down US 54 for hours. Fort Bliss officials reported 4 people were gathering scrap metal and loading it on a truck near McGregor Range when the load exploded. Fort Bliss officials confirmed the explosion was not a part of McGregor Range operations. ABC 7 spoke with a man who was on the road when he saw emergency crews arrive on the scene. He tells us what he witnessed.
We saw a couple of bodies on the road, and on the coming from the north down south. There was a couple of bodies,
like laying there, or
just laying there on the.
There were already police there.
There were already policemen and emergencies trying to help them, and then in a while they came over and picked them up on a stretcher, and they put them in an ambulance, and the helicopter had just gotten there.
Otero County Sheriff's deputies confirmed 2 women were injured in the blast and they were airlifted to an UMC and are reportedly in critical condition. No word on the condition of the other 2 people involved. The Fort Bliss Explosive Ordnance Disposal Team was called to the scene to detonate additional explosives found inside the truck. And the Alamogordo News reports Otero County Sheriff's Deputy Benny House said that group was unloading exploded ordnance when a shell detonated in their vehicle. The investigation is still ongoing. And moving on, Thai authorities are still investigating the death of El Paso native Robert Alo Cushing, whose body was found inside his Bangkok apartment. Cushing, an El Paso native, graduated from Cathedral High School and University of New Mexico. He worked in former U.S. Representative Heather Wilson's office in Washington for 5 years. Cushing died December 14th in an apartment that he and his wife Carrie shared in Bangkok, Thailand. Alo's father told the Albuquerque Journal that under Thai law, it could take as long as 45 days to learn how his son passed away. And new this morning, a Santa Fe jury has awarded an El Paso family $165 million in a wrongful death lawsuit against FedEx. The crash happened on I-10 outside of Las Cruces in 2011. Authorities say a FedEx semi-truck slammed into the back of Marieli Venegas' pickup truck, which was pulled over on I-10. The truck driver, Venegas, and her 4-year-old daughter were killed. Venegas' 1-year-old son survived. Police say Venegas was pulled over on the side of the road with her emergency lights on at the time of the crash. The Venegas family filed a lawsuit in 2012 claiming negligence against FedEx and 2 of its contractors based out of San Elizario. The family says the verdict sends a message to FedEx to improve driver training. A FedEx spokesman says the company will look to file an appeal. And Doña Ana County Sheriff's deputies are asking for your help in finding a missing elderly man. 75-year-old Efren Escudero was last seen Friday afternoon. Escudero reportedly suffers from Parkinson's disease and has a history of high blood pressure and has a mental illness. Escudero is 5 feet 4 inches tall and weighs approximately 182 pounds. He has gray hair and brown eyes and was wearing a red flannel jacket, gray shirt, brown sweatpants, and brown slippers. He also uses a cane. Anyone with information is asked to call the Mesilla Valley Regional Dispatch. Their number is 575-526-0795 or call 911. And an investigation is underway on a fire that damaged a Las Cruces home Friday night. It happened on the 4800 block of Visa Cuesta Avenue. Fire crews quickly brought the blaze under control and the people inside the home were evacuated safely. And in international news, Japan's prime minister says he's speechless after an online video released showing one of 2 Japanese hostages of the extremist Islamic State group had been killed and is promising to save the other. The prime minister earlier today said the video is likely authentic and offered condolences to the family and friends of the 42-year-old adventurer taken hostage last year. He declined to comment on the message on the latest video demanding a prisoner exchange for the Japanese journalist. He said in an earlier statement that Japan will not give in to terrorism. President Barack Obama condemned what he called the brutal murder and called Japan's prime minister to offer condolences. And now to the new developments in the Deflategate scandal with Super Bowl Sunday just 1 week from today. The Patriots coach calling an impromptu bizarre press conference sounding more scientist than coach. ABC's Lindsay Janice has the latest.
This morning, Patriots head coach Bill Belichick confident his team didn't break any rules.
He has an organization that absolutely followed every rule to the letter.
In a surprise news conference Sunday afternoon, Belichick finally ready to explain how he thinks 11 of 12 Patriots footballs got deflated in last Sunday's game against the Colts.
Touchdown! Climatic conditions, air pressure, equilibrium state, atmospheric conditions.
Sounding more high school science teacher than football coach.
The preparation of the ball caused the ball to, I would say, be artificially high in PSI.
Belichick talking about how rubbing footballs to break in the leather affects their air pressure once the team takes the field.
It reached its equilibrium at some point later on, an hour, 2 hours. That level was below what was set in this climatic condition.
Belichick's dissertation earning him an instant new nickname, Bill Belichick, the science guy. But we asked the real science guy, Bill Nye,
what he thought of his new competition in the lab.
I'm not too worried about Coach Belichick's competing with me. What he said didn't make any sense.
And Nye says, equilibrium or not, the explanation falls flat.
Rubbing the football, I don't think you can change the pressure. To really change the pressure, you need one of these, the inflation needle.
Our scientific expert admitting he left out one crucial bit of data.
I cannot help but say, go Seahawks!
Belichick saying he's also moving on.
This is the end of this subject for me for a long time.
And that was Lindsay Janice reporting. Still ahead on ABC7's Good Morning El Paso weekend. Another dose of winter storms in parts of the country. We'll show you where coming up. And later this season may be over, but that didn't stop family, friends, and even fans of the Canutillo High School football team to show support along Donovan yesterday. Details coming up. Let's take a live look outside courtesy of our traffic cams this morning. Time now is 8:09. We haven't heard any major reports of any incidents throughout town, so you're good to go. If we do hear of anything, we will let you know. And in stormtrack weather, Dan.
We are expecting to see some changes in our weather forecast in the next 7 days. I'll show you the 7-day forecast coming up after the break.
You're watching ABC7, where news comes first.
You're watching ABC7's Good Morning El Paso Weekend with Josie Ortegon and Storm Track Weather with Dan Martinez.